In this video, I'm going to go over some of the differences that you'll see when you're trying to set up a GitHub repository for a React application. The two examples I'm going to provide are one using the create React app command and one using the vite setup. So the first thing I want to do here is look a little bit at the structure of the create React app application here. Now we'll notice that it already has the Git repository initialized on the local system. And that just means we have our .git folder that's monitoring these changes. We also already have our git ignore. So our git ignore is already telling GitHub not to upload all these different things that we're not supposed to upload, like the node modules. So from here, we are set up and ready to get started with setting up our first repository. So I've just created a public repository here and I've got my commands up. So we're going to go one by one through and put these commands in. Now we'll do cd test to get me in the folder that my application's actually in. And then the next step that I'm going to do, since the GitHub repository is already, or since the Git repository has already been initialized on my local system, is I'm going to go on and do git add and a period to go on and add all these files that I'm supposed to push up to GitHub in there. So they're staged. Now I can do git commit -m, and we're going to do first commit and enter, and I can see that I'm on my main branch. For create React app, it already has your main branch created. So we can skip over that git branch -m main, copy this git remote add origin and just paste it in there and press enter. And now the origin or remote origin has been set to my GitHub repository. So next I'm going to do this git push u origin main, and just like that, it pushes up all of my files to GitHub. So when we reload this page over here, I should see my files. So when I view code up here, I can see that 2 minutes ago I made that commit. Now, if something changes, you use the same 3 commands that you normally do to push your changes up to GitHub. It'll be the git add and then whatever files you're looking to push, git commit -m and your commit message, and then just git push. So this is how it works for setting it up using create React app. It's a little bit different with vite, so we're going to switch over there and take a look at it with vite. So with vite, we have our project set up here, and inside the project, you notice that there's not a .git folder inside of here. So there already is a git ignore, and the git ignore already has everything that we typically would need right off the bat. So where I start in the commands over here is a little bit different. So I'm going to start with git init. That way it initializes my Git repository. Then I'm going to start working through those commands just like we did for the create React app. So I'm going to do git add period. So I'm adding all my files. I'm going to do git commit -m and my first commit. And it's got all of my files ready for my first commit here. So here I'm looking and I can already see that there is a branch main. So I'm going to attempt to do this without it. So I'm going to select my remote origin over here and paste it in, just making sure that I'm not making any mistakes on typing it in. And then I'm going to do my git push u origin main. And the u origin main part you only have to do when you're setting it up. So I'll hit enter here and you can see it has pushed these files up. So now I'm going to come over to the browser. I'm going to refresh this page. We can see now that we have all of this code that's been pushed. And just like create React app, the same commands go for when you want to push new changes up. So let's say I added a comment down here and said, just testing. Then it's still going to be just those same commands. Git add period, git commit -m testing and then git push. And yet again, it's pushed everything up. I can come over here and reload my page, and the git ignore should be the only thing that has changed. So this really gets you through the entire process of how to set up your GitHub repositories and your local repositories using both Create React App and a Vite project. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any questions, post them down in the comments.